Welcome to Evolve Your Life, the podcast where values meet vision, ambition meets alignment, and family fuels your purpose. I'm Dr. Stefanie Ascher, chiropractor, entrepreneur, homeschool mom, cancer warrior, and your go-to girl for building harmony in every area of life. Around here, women step into living fully and authentically, and we believe you are capable and worthy of it all. So grab your coffee, get cozy, and let's evolve your life together. Hey love, it's time to evolve your life, and this past weekend evolved mine. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different because I am coming off the Wealthy Practitioners event in St. Pete, and I am just going to riff through this episode. I don't have an outline, I don't have it all planned out, and that's okay. And that is the version that I'm stepping into, is not having everything perfectly planned and polished, but just going with the flow. So I'm going to give you a recap of the pop-up event in St. Pete, which is now being called the Wealthy Practitioners Tour, because when you are able to bring 250 incredible people into a room in different places across the United States, it's a tour. It is not just a pop-up. And this weekend was amazing in every single way. It started off with a poolside mastermind. And there's nothing that I love more than just getting to sit and chat with all of my friends who are doing amazing things. The conversations that you have with people who are on fire for their goals and their purpose, they're just next level conversations. And also with people who are unafraid to be vulnerable about the different things that they're navigating and walking through, seeking advice and opinions, and just sharing what they're going through and what they're learning as they go is so impactful. And it's such a great reminder that we don't have to pretend that we have it all together. It's okay to just show up as ourselves and to be honest and open with those who love us and support us. And those conversations are some of the best part of these weekends. And then we got together for dinner, and it was a beautiful dinner, just getting to sit with everyone and connect with people that I haven't seen in a while. One thing I love about the Wealthy Practitioner is just the people. I have made new friends that are just quantum level friendships, and I was literally counting down the days until I got to be with them. And also there's people in that room that I've known for almost 10 years that I love and admire and look up to. And it's a beautiful thing to be in a season of life where you thrive off of those relationships and you can learn from them so much, whether it's in business, in personal life, in parenting, in marriage. It's just incredible to be surrounded by people who love you and that you love and that you want to pour into each other, because everybody wants to see each other win. And then we had day one of the event, and I loved hearing the TWP coaches speak because we hear them on calls and we see them all over Circle, but to hear them share their stories was so impactful. I love them and admire them so much. The TWP team as a whole is just next level amazing. And it's what we all aspire for our teams to be like. So to be able to hear them share their stories and their journeys and get their moment to shine was just absolutely amazing. And there's always so many takeaways. And a lot of day one was about identity and visibility. And this is something that I personally struggle with. And a big breakthrough that I had was a lot of people have trouble sharing their hard. I have no problem sharing my hard. I will tell you the bad and the ugly and the challenges and the hard and everything I've experienced all day long. What I have trouble with is sharing what came on the other side of that. And something that I realized was I never used to be on social media or show up online prior to getting sick. And then God called me to share my journey. And I did that. I shared my journey of when I was sick and everything that I was battling and how I was choosing to face it and navigate it. But on the other side of that, I had an identity crisis where I was scared to share all of the growth and transformation and success that came on the other side because it felt unrelatable. People have an easy time relating to the hard and to the challenges, but it can feel really unrelatable when you're sharing the flip side of that. And I have been continuously shrinking myself and dulling my shine and sparkle to make other people feel more comfortable or to make myself smaller. And that is something I'm no longer able to do, because the reason God carried me through that and had me walk through it in the way that He did is so that I could share the impact with other people on the blessings and the abundance on the other side of our hard when we trust in God and lean on our faith and an understanding that we don't have at the time, but only comes from Him alone. And so I'm going to show up. Your girl's going to become visible, and it's super uncomfortable, but it's my responsibility, and I need to be obedient in my calling because I wasn't just called to share the hard. I was called to share what comes on the other side of that and all of the blessings that He's given me. So you're going to see a lot more from me moving forward. And then that evening, we had our next level you dinner. So I got a quick workout in because we have a high rocks in 2 months and your girl's got goals. So that doesn't get sacrificed even in a busy weekend. And then the dinner was so much fun. We got to dress up. There was a delicious buffet. There was a champagne wall, all of my best friends, music. And then after, we got to just hang out and lounge around and chat and just enjoy each other's company. And then day 2, Macy from the Sales Girls talked, and her talk was amazing. I learned so much about sales, and that is something that I'm going to really be bringing into my team is because, yes, we have the experience and education and expertise, but sales is such a huge part of any business. And so that was really eye-opening, some things that we're saying and doing in our process that we think is for connection, but really could be hindering somebody's experience. So I'm really excited to dive into sales trainings for myself and with my team. And then I had the opportunity to be on a panel with 3 other people and share my story and my journey, and not just the hard, but the flip side and what came out of that and from that. And it's a really cool opportunity. And it was a life-changing moment for me because it was the first time that I was okay with being seen, and in a lot of ways. A few months ago, we were at an event and Steph came over to me and she's like, "Why are you not dancing?" And I was like, "I don't dance." And she goes, "Okay." And it's funny because after I said that to her, I was like, what am I talking about? I dance everywhere. I dance in my kitchen. I dance in my car. I dance in my office, but I don't dance in front of these people. Why is that? And it's because I was shrinking. It's because I felt like I didn't fit in. I was still navigating a lot of self-worth issues and value issues, and I was shrinking. I didn't want to be seen. And then she called us up on stage, and I'm dancing on stage to a Millie and just letting it all out. And that was a huge moment for me because I stepped into being seen, and it was empowering and it was exciting. And I also told her a few months ago about my fear of being seen. And so, of course, she called me higher and put me on that stage. And also, I told her, like, I'm fine until I get a microphone. And then my throat gets tight, my words get shaky, I get so nervous. And this was the first time that I had a microphone on my hand and didn't feel that way, even in front of 250 people. And that just shows the work that's been done behind the scenes to step into the next level version of myself. I've done a lot of hard work and a lot of intentional work to get over who I was and step into who I'm becoming so that I can really make an impact on the world that I'm proud of, and to feel good in my own body and to be proud of who I am and who I'm not, and to just own exactly who I am and show up as I am was such a cool thing for me. It was such an honor and privilege to share my story and my journey and the success on the other side of that. And to be really honest about the limiting beliefs that held me back in the beginning from stepping into the vision and honoring what the vision for Evolve in my life is. And it was just one of the coolest moments of my life. And it was a breakthrough in so many ways to get over my fear of being seen, to let myself shine and sparkle, and to just show up exactly as I am and trust that God's going to give me the words that He needs other people to hear to make the impact that He has in mind for me and the calling on my life. So I'm leaving the weekend feeling really refreshed, really excited. I have so many thoughts and downloads and ideas and things on my heart that I am going to implement, because sometimes we consume a lot of content and a lot of different things, and I can have a hard time implementing them because I'm such a visionary and a manifester. But I'm going to do the work. I'm going to commit to showing up. I'm going to be okay being visible because the calling of my life depends on that, and the impact that I want to make relies on that. So we're turning a new leaf. It's a new chapter. 2026 is going to be absolutely amazing. And I just want to encourage you that if you've been shrinking yourself, if you've been making yourself small because you don't want to take up too much space, there's no such thing. Let yourself shine, let yourself sparkle, walk in the power of who you are, what you were called to do, and who you were made to be, because the world needs you and you have a huge impact to make. Thanks for hanging out with me today on Evolve Your Life. If this episode inspired you, leave a review, share it with a friend, follow so you never miss a moment, and come connect with me on Instagram at Dr. Stefanie Ascher. Until next time, keep evolving your life boldly, beautifully, and unapologetically.